PlayStation Plus free games for July 2024 are live now. PlayStation Plus subscribers can enjoy some interstellar action, play ice hockey, and wonder if their friends are sus this month. PlayStation has released this month's batch of free games for PlayStation Plus subscribers: Borderlands 3, NHL 24, and Among Us. A fun sequel to Gearbox's excellent shoot and loot games, the story of Borderlands 3 revolves around a cult known as the Children of the Vault. Billions of shiny weapons and family drama. While the main storyline isn't the best, the 4 DLC expansions tell a much better story, and one of them, sort of, sees Handsome Jack return to menace players. The timing on this addition to PlayStation Plus is also pretty good, as the live-action Borderlands movie will hit theaters in August. Next on the list is EA Sports NHL 24. This version of the game includes several new game features and upgraded modes, and the exhaust engine was used to create more authentic experiences on the ice. Double check that both the PS5 and PS4 versions are free before claiming them. Lastly, you can gather some friends and wonder which one of them is a horrendous alien that defies mortal comprehension in Among Us. The game became a huge hit during the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, and since then it has remained a firm favorite as a social game with its frequent updates and nightmarish April Fool's jokes. If you've never played it, Among Us is all about holding a spaceship together as your crew works to return to civilization. The catch here is that one of your crewmates is a shape-shifting alien, and they'll be aiming to sabotage the ship and kill everyone aboard. The remaining humans have to finish their task and identify the imposter before it's too late. As a bonus in July, PlayStation Plus members can also claim in-game rewards for Genshin Impact with an exclusive bundle. This will be available starting July 16th and includes the following items: 160 Primogens, Fragile Resin, 20 Heroes Wit, 30 Mystic Enhancement 1, and 150,000 Mora. So let's look at comments, upvotes. Blood Mist goes, Borderlands 3, by far and away one of the laziest sequels of all time in any medium. Perhaps that is very fitting for the modern state of PlayStation Plus. Chapert goes, this is a joke, right? Isn't Among Us free to start with? And then Borderlands 3? How old is that now? Probably about 10 years. And it's probably like the most basic version. Well, they did say it comes with the 4 DLC packs afterwards. This is a spit in the face to PlayStation Plus subscribers. Captain Wonton goes, isn't Among Us free like everywhere? Okay, so Sony basically getting raked over these offerings. What do you think of these games? Have you actually played Borderlands 3 or Among Us?
I only played the first Borderlands game so far, and I'm going to a point where I'm very stuck now with all these high HP enemies, where every time I shoot, there's like 1 HP taken out at a time. So I don't know what else to do with that game other than try to go back to my roots and see what happens in that game. But other than that, that's all I can really say much about Borderlands in detail.
Okay.
It's good. Borderlands is all right. May not be my main line or one of my best games to play, or in my opinion, but I'll play it every now and then. Borderlands. Now, as far as Borderlands 3 is concerned, I heard it was all right, average at best, the story, but then obviously, like I said, the DLC was much better, I hear. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I own Borderlands 3 physically, so I mean,
That's good.
but I never got back. I stopped playing and just never got back to it. I do
Okay.
intend to though. So, um, actually, I stopped playing when I let my Game Pass subscription expire because I was like, Borderlands. Even though I don't play with anyone online, that was an option if I got to a boss that was like too difficult to beat myself. But I'm just gonna have to grind and level up if I want to get further.
Yeah.
Um, so and yeah, so and NHL 24. Do you care about that? About the latest hockey game?
I'm not a big fan of mobile sports games, even though basketball should be like my top priority game that I should play the most of all sports games. then wrestling, or actually for wrestling is first. Actually, wrestling is the first sports game, and basketball second. After that, it's like I'm barely playing those games. Hell, I still have my NHL games where I got from Games with Gold. I think it's NHL Hockey 19,
Yep.
2019.
I got that too.
Yeah, and I haven't played that in years. First, only
Well, you
and I
can't.
played together. Yeah.
Well, it's Xbox One, so unless you had Game Pass Core or Game Pass Ultimate, I don't think you could.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. I mean, Borderlands 3. It's all right. Don't get me wrong. It's not as good as the first two. At least I think the first was the best. Um, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But so I mean, there's that. Then NHL 24. It's a hockey game. It's an annual hockey game. Big whoop. Um, and Among Us, yeah, I thought that was free too. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
offering it as a free game to subscribers of your service is kind of like, well, we had nothing else.
Okay.
That's the way I look at it. I mean, so people have a right to be upset. You could have put anything. You got one mediocre game in Borderlands. You got one hockey game, and then you got a game that everyone is asking, isn't this free everywhere?
Yeah.
So that's PlayStation Plus offerings for July.
And I guess so they're to make you pay like at least $125 or how it's $100 a year just to play online only. So
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Well, if you start treating your monthly customers like this, they're gonna get upset, and
yes,
the hardest thing to do is get them back if they make the decision to leave.
yeah. Sony, I know I should have been bad mouthing Sony, but I hear Sony's been like considered to be a backstabbers and also a back turner. So that they're basically like they'll give you a cool offering at one point, all of a sudden they'd stab you in the back afterward as soon as you hook, line, and sinker for it. So
Yeah. So unfortunately, if you have PlayStation Plus, these are the games you can claim.
well, yeah.